What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are actually going to have a very interesting video that I thought I would not be making for quite some time. There's a specific racket that I've been on the hunt for lately, and I've been staring at it pretty often, really dabbling back and forth in the choice of, do I want to make this purchase? Do I not want to make this purchase? Kind of left shoulder, right shoulder thing. It is an unreleased racket. Now, before I get into it and tell you what the racket is and why I chose to take the risk on buying it, let's first real quick go through the recap of exactly what rackets are currently in my racket journey and where I am at as of right now. To remind you real quick, if you're somebody that has not been following along for the Racket Journey series, my two rackets of current choice are the Wilson Blade 98, 16 by 19, and secondly, the Babolat Pure Aero. This is the 100. I would prefer the 98, but as of right now, your boy has a 100, so I'm going to use the 100. And dabbling back and forth between these two rackets, I really liked both of them, and I really think they are two iconic and super special rackets, and both serve a completely different purpose. On one hand, you have the Wilson Blade, which is amazing for control. It's amazing for precision. You can always count on this in the hardest moments. The Babolat Pure Aero. This is actually quite the opposite of the Blade. Yes, it has control, but this is more of a power and spin racket. Which do I pick? Well, before even getting to choosing one of these, I had heard a rumor about a racket that possibly was going to take these two rackets and put them together to possibly make a hybrid of this. My next racket in my racket journey is the so-called Wilson Unreleased racket. Now, this racket does not have a release name yet. A lot of people are calling it the Wilson Python, which I love that name. Some people are calling it the P98. Other people are calling it the Redline. And, I don't know which name it is exactly going to be, but I can tell you this. This is a very special racket. So it is a 98. It is a 16 by 20 pattern. So you are increasing the string one on the top. So this throat is not a normal Wilson throat. It is your spin type throat, kind of that V-taper shape that really allows that racket, very similar to an Aero or a V-core, to spin and brush through that ball. The goal is to possibly find somebody this Sunday or Monday to give this racket to, get it strung up with the one and only Torlino Toro Toro, which is my go-to string right now, and really see what the Python has to give on the court.
Crave. 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 Crave.
Just got off the court with the Wilson Python. We tested a little bit of ground strokes, tested some serves, a little bit of slicing here and there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do any volleying just because it's really hard to volley off the machine that I currently have or that I play with. I don't know how to explain how I feel. The other day when I first picked up this racket, I really felt like it was going to play very similar to a Wilson blade, and it had that blade feel. I felt like it had that blade weighting. But as I took it out here, I started seeing what people were really saying, and that I think this is actually the closest competitor to an arrow that I have ever seen in my life. It still has the Wilson feel, and I think that was the big thing that Wilson is going for, is still having kind of that blade type feel and that swing path of the blade, but at the same time, there's still so much arrow. This thing literally speaks arrow. So if you're definitely somebody that is switching from a blade, it is a little bit different, and that's what I will say. It is something, I think, volley and serve-wise, it's similar to the blade. But when it comes to ground strokes, you're going to be playing with something very more similar to an arrow or V-core. So if you're somebody that's looking into purchasing the Python or waiting for it to release, you're getting more of an arrow racket. So if you're definitely a pure arrow fan, if you're somebody who likes big spin, some good solid pop where the ball is coming back in on the court with spin, this racket is definitely for you. The only cons that I've found with the Python, you have to be very careful. If you're somebody that hits hard, you have to make sure that you are really spinning the ball, because this racket, sometimes if you really do swing out really hard, you can find a few balls sailing long. At the same time, one thing I will mention about this racket, it is super light. Now your weight mainly goes from about here to about here, but there's not a lot up here. You might want to add just a little bit of weight here and there to the Python. Like in the hoop at the top, that definitely would be a good place to throw on a little bit of lead tape, have a little bit of extra grams up there, maybe like 2 or 3. Just enough that you really feel that swoop through the ball. I think this is an A-tier racket. Just reviewing this racket in general, like if I were to give letter grades to this racket, because hands down, I want y'all to walk away and realize this is an amazing racket, and this is a prototype, so the type they probably sell on the day it comes out is probably going to be a lot better. I think forehands, A. Backhands, A. Serves, I honestly would give it probably a B+. I struggled serving with it a little bit. Again, it's not a bad serving racket. Just you really got to move your arm to get that momentum and that pop through the ball. Basically, no little leeway, extra weight, and sometimes not having a lot of beef on the stick can make your serve a little weaker. Volleys I haven't tested, but I can already tell you it's probably going to be an A. Like this thing, it's smooth, it glides, it feels well. Slices, A+. Spin, A+. Like, and on that scale, this racket is definitely worth, not only considering possibly one of the better ones in the line, but at the same time, a spin racket that you should invest in. I'm definitely going to be using it for the next month. Like, you can count on that. This is definitely going to be my next little science project that I'm going to be out this summer practicing with it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for always supporting, tuning in. This is, we always have really cool videos. These are amazing rackets, amazing setups. I'm showing you a lot of really cool strings, especially this being an unreleased racket and not having hit the market yet. This is definitely some really good information if you're somebody that is searching for a new racket or possibly searching for investing in the Python coming soon. Besides that, enjoy your day, and I will catch you in the next one.